What's up everyone? Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Today we're taking a look at Vechain and its recent price action, and make sure to watch the video till the end for a price prediction for the short and the long term as well. We would really appreciate if you would like and subscribe so you don't miss any videos, and turn on bell notifications as well. We're posting 4 videos per day, so come back every day for daily updates and analysis. And make sure to comment down below for your chance to win a hardware wallet in our new monthly giveaway. Make sure to like, subscribe and comment to be eligible. We'd also like to say thank you so much for your support. We're almost nearly at 10k subscribers, so please tap that sub button now. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. So we thought we'd take a look at daily time frames today, because it seems as though everyone's getting quite caught up on the day-to-day and the short term, but we really would like to just take a moment to look at how far we have actually come in the past year or so for Vechain. As you can quite clearly see, this is essentially the past few years for Vechain, and we have actually been hovering in and around some very low price points for a long time, and obviously you can see this absolute explosion or hockey stick kind of formation that we've had. Everyone's been getting really concerned about the massive sell-off that we have had, but in reality, we're still massively up from where we started. I mean, if you look just from a year ago when we were at, what is this, a 20th? Is it a 10th of a cent? A 10th of a cent till now. I mean, we're up at, is that actually correct? That can't be right, surely. 41,000%. I think it's around a 10th of a cent that we were sitting at. Yeah, there we go. A 10th of a cent till now. It's around a 10,000% increase, even till the price points now where we've pulled back to. So obviously things going exceptionally well in general. And this really does exemplify something that we wanted to highlight in this video, which is that the long term, if you buy and hold quality projects for the long term, you're probably going to do extremely well. And we don't think Vechain is any exception to this rule whatsoever. We just wanted to highlight a few things on these higher time frames, just to give everyone a sense of perspective. So as you can see, obviously we ran up massively here. I think this is around almost a 10x, basically from around the start of the year, where we're about 1 cent at the start of the year all the way to 28 cents. So this is around a 28x, which is obviously a huge gain. And pretty much since the start of the year, we've essentially flipped bullish on our EMAs here, which is usually the signal that we're go time, really heading into a bull market. Obviously we had quite a lot of chop over the past year or so here. We did get a nice little rise in Vechain basically last year in the summer. Obviously we sold off again, basically waiting for that signal that Bitcoin was going to enter into its bull market fully, when it got that nice pump past its all-time high at 20k, the previous all-time high, which we did get in about November, December time. And obviously since then we've obviously been on an absolute tear. As you can see, we flipped bullish on our EMA since then, and when you're above the 20 EMA, you're always in a uptrend, basically in a bullish pattern. And on these higher time frames, it's basically signals that you're on a very nice upwards trend. Now, as you can see, we haven't actually flipped bearish at all on our EMAs until recently, when we had the huge sell-off in the market. As you can see, we pretty much came back and retested the 50 all the way up here really nicely, retested the 50 here, and then bam, when we got above the 20 fully, we've basically been above the 20 completely all the way up here. And then we got this big correction on, I believe it was April the 23rd, 24th, where we came down. We actually came back past our 20 EMA here, but we came down and pretty much perfectly retested our 50 on the daily time frame here, as you can see. And then we actually came back up again, adhered to the 50, adhered to the 20 perfectly, kept bouncing off it as support, but then obviously we got this big sell-off where we came back down. We were holding the 50 quite well for continuation, but obviously this huge capitulation in the wider market did essentially send Vechain down, basically because of Bitcoin rolling over and coming back down a large amount. So as you can see, we did flip bearish on our EMAs here, and until we can get back bullish and above the 20 at least, then things are going to be we're going to be basically trading sideways at the very least, if not heading down. Obviously Bitcoin right now, it's hovering at around 39,500, which is pretty good. It did get a nice back test of the previous support we were talking about yesterday at around 38k. And it looks as though it may be coming up to challenge that 42k level again, now that it's broke out of a descending wedge that it was on the hourly time frame. But as we can see here, Vechain, after this bounce that we got, it did actually come back up here. It tried to break out of the 50 here so we could flip bullish again, We did get above the 20 for a few days here, as you can see. But obviously, as you can see, we basically perfectly tested and got rejected on the 50 EMA here. Pretty much identically on the money. And since then, we've basically been trading downwards in what looks like potentially some kind of pennant formation here. We have said we also could potentially be in something like an uptrend like this. But we've yet to see the higher high, which would confirm this in our opinion. We've got our A, B, C, D movement here, where we're making higher lows and higher highs. And now we really want to see that E wave, where we basically move upwards inside of this channel again. But unless we don't get this, which doesn't seem likely considering that Vechain does look as though its volume is extremely low in the past week or so. As you can see, it looks as though we're kind of running out of steam. Really, I think most people are just waiting to see what Bitcoin does. And that makes total sense to us considering there's quite a lot of uncertainty and doubt in the market right now. Obviously, this huge correction to the downside has led to a lot of people bringing stablecoins onto the sidelines and waiting to get back in when there's confirmation the bull market will continue. So we're currently in a kind of in-between phase. But obviously the when in doubt zoom out thing really does apply here. I do think we've just had a nice healthy correction to the downside. Obviously we're flip bearish on our EMAs currently, and until we get back above the 50 or at least the 20 EMA, we are going to see some sideways or more downwards price action in our opinion. But as you can see, over the long term, Vechain has performed extremely well, and we don't believe that this is going to be isolated to this instant here. We do think it's going to continue to perform very well in the future as well. So obviously, until we can get back above our 20 EMA here, then we're probably going to struggle to see any sort of upwards price action at all. As you can see, we haven't actually been above the 20 at all, apart from these 2 days where we got rejected off the 50. We actually did get rejected off the 20 here as well, and it does look as though we've been adhering to the 20 in a downtrend here. So we do really need to see Vechain picking up. As we said, if we can get that A, B, C, D, and then that E wave here. If we get that E wave, we will be back above the 20 and maybe even above the 50, because as you can see, the 50 is dragging us down right now. It's pretty much adhering perfectly to this downtrend that we have been in, this resistance here that we haven't broken yet. Obviously, this resistance here couldn't be broken, and it couldn't be broken here either. So we're going to have to come back up and retest the 50 at some point here, as we can see. We do think that we will be absolutely key for Vechain in the next few weeks. As we keep saying, if we can break up and make this higher low, this higher low has already been made, but if we make this higher high, we'll be breaking through the 20 and the 50 here. We'll also be breaking out of this resistance we've been under, essentially for the past few, basically almost a month now. And if that's the case, we could hopefully flip it into support, and then we'd be golden for continuation inside this channel. And also we'd be hopefully flipping bullish on our EMAs here as well, which would be a very good sign for continuation for Vechain. Short-term price prediction, we really do need to see Vechain basically bouncing nicely off of this support level that it has been creating here. As we can see, we've got a decent amount of support going upwards here. We do need to see a nice bounce off of this. We do need to break through the 20 here, and hopefully if we could break through the 50, because it is becoming easier as the price action becomes lower here, as we can see. We have actually tested these areas quite a lot, so if we could break through the 50 here, which is coming down pretty much in perfect tandem with this resistance line. If we can basically come up above this, retest it as support, and then continue inside the channel, making this higher low, higher high, higher low like this, basically trading upwards inside this channel, this would be absolutely perfect for Vechain. But as we said, long term, Vechain's a quality project. It's going to do very well. We're predicting at least $1 by the end of the bull run, which we don't think is over. As we keep saying, when in doubt, zoom out, take a good look at the chart, and realize that, Vechain has still done exceptionally well since the start of the year. Everything's still fine. We've just had a big correction, but obviously this is part and parcel of crypto. We do think it's going to do very well in the long term. And we do think $2 or $3 is our price prediction for the end of the bull run, considering the blow off top. So that's our update today, guys. We'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please let us know down in the comments section below. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can keep up to date with all of our videos. Remember to comment down below and be subscribed to enter into our brand new monthly giveaway for a hardware wallet. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, please sign up to our Patreon via the link in the description below, or sign up to YouTube membership by hitting the join button right next to the sub below this video, where you can get access to our private Discord. We're offering coin calls, one-to-one access to us personally, insight into our personal portfolio, daily research of crypto assets with massive potential, and access to our brand new 100x portfolio. With so many benefits, you might as well check it out below. Don't forget to get 2 free stocks with WeBull by signing up and then depositing $100 using our link in the description below. You could quite literally deposit the $100, get your 2 free stocks and then withdraw the money, so there's no reason not to do that, and they could be valued all the way up to $1,600 each, but don't forget to actually deposit as well after signing up, otherwise you won't receive the second stock. Scammers get worse every day, so make sure to protect yourself and your crypto online with purevpn. Sign up below for some big discounts. You can get access to block content and protect yourself from phishing scams with super low monthly payments and high quality speeds. You can also sign up to our free Telegram via the description as well. All the links are in the description for affiliate links for discounts and free crypto, so go check them all out below. There's plenty of goodness on offer. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.